Fox Business Alert: investors are so over Under Armour. The stock of the sports apparel company is falling right now, 17.5% to just $5, after the company reported a wider than expected loss and issued a weaker than expected full-year guidance. Under Armour expects that annual adjusted operating income will range from $140 to $160 million, which includes about $70 million in benefits from potential tariff refunds and a roughly $35 million hit from the war in the Middle East. Columbia Sportswear, the outdoor apparel company founded in 1938, is also facing those conflicting tailwinds and headwinds because it sources much of its apparel from countries slapped with Trump tariffs. Joining me now in a Fox Business exclusive is Columbia Sportswear CEO Tim Boyle. Tim, welcome back. You're getting it from all sides because obviously what's going on in the Middle East isn't helping, but on a day like today, where two things happened with tariffs, a U.S. appeals court actually allowed Donald Trump's 10% broad tariffs across so many countries from which you source your product to stay under Section 122 until things work themselves out. I mean, obviously, the Supreme Court said they were illegal, but at the moment, the appeals court says they can stay. But at the same time, the Court of International Trade said those tariffs are illegal. So is today a good day or a bad day or net neutral?
Well, I would say that chaos seems to be the standard of the day, so we're quite used to it. You know, our commodities have been heavily tariffed really since the turn of the last century. So we were at one time the 44th largest duty payer in the United States. So we have teams of people here who do nothing but manage tariffs globally, and so we're quite adept at it. Although these times are very chaotic, and the Supreme Court ruling on the IEEPA tariffs has been what, 6 weeks ago. We still haven't seen any money back, so we're not exactly confident that we will be repaid regardless of the court's rulings.
How much are you expecting in a refund?
I think in total we've paid in these onerous tariffs, which would be those that superseded the normal tariffs, of around $90 million so far. And the expectation is that we'll get money back, but we haven't added it to our financial statements yet.
So why is that? Because we know that you have also said that the uncertainty is a killer. It's really very difficult to deal with, but you haven't added it to your statements yet. Do you think that investors really should know, though, what you are expecting, like worst case scenario kind of thing?
Well, we've been very clear in our most recent earnings announcement where we said how we were going to approach the monies that were owed in these tariffs, which have been so far proven illegal. And so investors know where we stand on that. What the biggest issue is this week, we have all of our distributors from around the world and our U.S. and North American employees, sales employees in town to talk about beginning to sell spring 27. And, we have an idea about what perhaps maybe could be the pricing that we're going to be paying for tariffs, but we don't know. And the capricious nature of how these tariffs have been applied makes planning incredibly difficult.
Well, the president is heading to China. I know you source from a lot of countries in Asia. I was just looking at the list. I believe you source from Vietnam, China, Bangladesh, Indonesia, all over, Sri Lanka. What would you hope comes out of this meeting in China between Xi Jinping and President Trump?
Well, we have strategically moved our sourcing for USA consumption out of China by far the most part. So we have almost nothing that comes from China into the U.S.
I see.
But we have a big business in China, selling products in China. We make products in China for local consumption. We also make products in China for distribution outside of the U.S. So I hope that we can establish between the two countries a strategy where we can have confidence in what's going to be happening, that we'll be able to focus on the things that we can control, the kinds of products we make, designing great stuff that's high performance, and that we have some kind of surety about what we're going to be paying for those things. So that's what I hope comes out of this, and I'm hopeful that it will. But time will tell.
Well, I'm interested to know how the U.S. consumer is doing right now from your sales. Tell me what is happening. Are you seeing big purchases? Is it holding steady? Give us a sense.
Yeah, it's for us to make announcements inside a quarter where we're in quiet period is difficult. But I can tell you that people are not used to paying $5, $6, $7 a gallon for gas, and that has to come from somewhere. And you saw the announcement this morning from the CPI that inflation is up across the board. Consumers have other places to spend their money other than buying terrific apparel. Having been said, generally Americans, when they have a tight fiscal applied to them, they like to do stuff that's outdoors. They like to go fishing. They go hunting, hiking. Those kinds of activities are virtually free, and so people enjoy doing that. And in our business, that's kept us fairly supported in times of difficult economics.
Before we go, I want to talk about something that's actually fun to talk about. Your company releases all kinds of ads, like the one you released today. It's an ad with Robert Irwin. He, of course, is the son of Steve Irwin from Australia, who passed away. But you've got him testing your product against 100 crocodiles.
Well, if we had 105, I think we could get him. But it's interesting. His mother grew up in Oregon. She lived in Eugene, Oregon.
Okay.
And we have photographs. She came and visited my mom, I want to say when Robert was, a 2-year-old. And so we have photographs of him and my mom and his mom at age 2 here at the company. So that was really what put the deal together between the two, his family and ours. And it's just been a real joy to spend time watching him exercise the crocodiles and our gear.
Yes, the crocodiles in air quotes. Thank you, Tim. It's good to see you. And your mom, Gert, really started an incredible company with your dad, and she really grew it. It's amazing that you're still running it, and we look forward to hearing good things from Columbia Sportswear. Thanks.
Well, they'll keep coming. I know it.
Okay, good to see you. Thank you.